welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Gemini. Let's call in Spirit, listen, and chant. I kind of like the sound of that one. Sounds kind of happy. So hopefully that means maybe you've got like some celebrations ahead or some good news coming in for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, Gemini. It's been a good day over here so far. Always nice when you get to start the day off with chat with a really like-minded individual. Izzy, if you're out there, it's you. Alright, so I'm going to start your reading with the Tattoo Tarot. And Gemini, if you are unfamiliar with my channel or with my collection of tarot decks, this is the one that's like hardest for me to shuffle because the cards are really small and I have tiny baby hands, so be patient. What do we have for Gemini today, please? So we have somebody here who feels like they have clarity regarding what they need to do in order to be happier at home. I don't think this is necessarily like I want to find like somebody to marry and have like 5 children with, but I feel like there's something here about clarity for somebody regarding what is on that to-do list. Like, okay, I know I have to give up this addiction, or I have to be less codependent on my friendship with my sister, whatever it is. There's something here about realizing what path will get you to that happiness. We have the Seven of Swords coming out. This is not necessarily one of my favorite cards, Gemini, but I don't know. Okay, so we have, yeah, okay. This is more about moving in silence and choosing who has access to your plans for the future, right? Because if you have people in your life that are jealous or toxic in general, and maybe just they get their kicks off of like ruining your fucking day, like you're on with them. You've seen the people who share in your successes with genuine like happiness, and you've also seen the people who try to kind of like downplay the things that go well for you, or the people who don't really want to show up for you when you show up for them. So I feel like a big part of this is holding your cards close to your chest, but also I feel like the Seven of Swords is here because you're able to use your intuition in a way that you hadn't been before. So we have the Ace of Swords coming out, but it's in the reverse. I really feel like this is a continuation of holding on to your truth. You don't have to share it with everyone. I get the sense that somebody wants to be more of an observer than a vocal presence, right? What else do you have for Gemini? I feel like there's also somebody who is looking to spend less time on social media or any of that like low vibe social interaction that tends to cause drama or has caused drama. We have the Eight of Wands and the Moon in the reverse. Interesting. I see a conversation about a conversation. I feel like somebody has gleaned information from a situation where somebody didn't realize what they were saying in terms of the amount of information they were giving away. I think there's clarity here for somebody because they've become a better listener. They're doing better at reading in between the lines. How do I explain this? Okay, so recently I had a disagreement, and when I have, something that I perceive to be a concern, my goal is to approach it respectfully and honestly and see if there's, an option to just talk through things and then, come out on the other side, not in an argument. So that's what I did. And this person avoided the question that I asked, responded with kind of like an inflammatory tone, and got immediately defensive. Now, for those who are maybe less skilled in reading people and their responses, this may seem like perfectly normal. But for me, this is like red flag, red flag, red flag. Because if I ask you a question, let's say I say, hey, roommate, I had a key lime pie in my refrigerator, our refrigerator, and it is no longer there. Is there any chance you ate it? Now, if that person throws a giant fit, even though I kind of already know it was probably you because no one else has access to that shit, you're just making it worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Because oh, you're so offended. It's it comes across as you're stalling, you don't know what to say, you want to see if I will flip and then all of a sudden not be on the offensive or trying to find something out, and instead go over to the, oh, I'm sorry I upset you. No, I asked a question. And if I ask it in a calm, respectful manner and you can't respond to it in a calm, respectful manner, you've already betrayed yourself. You didn't even have to say I did it. So I feel like there's something here where, Gemini, you've been able to connect the dots on a situation pertaining to your home life, and it's because somebody said too much or did something that said more than they expected, and it's bringing secrets to light regarding something from your past. I feel like this has also highlighted for you, this specific situation has highlighted for you at least one other individual in your social circle that has been dishonest. So we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, clarifying this Seven of Swords. So this gives me an air of action. I know what's going on now. I can see more clearly what people have tried to hide from me, but I know about it now. And I'm just gonna walk away from this. There could be, ghosting in some situations. There could be also just this isn't working out for me anymore, but there's definitely a departure that is not, it's not very, it doesn't leave things open for fixing it, right? Not to mention, do you see how there's a city continuation in the background? I feel like there is something about moving. And for some of you, this might just be oh yeah, I'm going to move across town. I don't want to live with my roommate anymore. Or I have to move out because my relationship ended. Sorry if that happened to you, by the way. But I think for a lot of you, this is I'm moving to a different fucking city. Y'all are fucking lame. I'm going to go see if there's anybody on my level over there. And then we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like this was kind of hidden energy, to be honest, and it makes sense, especially because this is the card that has the hidden chalice, if you can see the white outline there. So I feel like there's something here about not really feeling confident when it comes to love, having some issues in terms of figuring out whether or not a person is being honest or if they're communicating what they're actually looking for. It just feels like kind of like a quagmire of shit where you can step here, you can step there, you're gonna fucking cause problems no matter what you do. And so it kind of just like brings about this period of like being a hermit or not really wanting to deal with it because it's exhausting, right? Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. Alright, what else do we have for Gemini, please? Ah, the High Priestess. And the Ten of Pentacles. I like to see it, Gemini. So, this High Priestess is speaking to your ability to leverage your discernment and your intuition better than you had in the past. The more you use it, the more you sense that it is more and more effective, right? And this is helping you to identify who do I keep in my life and who do I need to release. With the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of this boils down to, is this person somebody who has tried to use other people for status or money? I'm going to use the Rider-Waite to clarify a little bit more here for you, Gemini. What else do we have? I feel like for some of you, there's a dog that has provided some really great companionship for you during difficult times. Animals are absolutely a blessing, so take good care of them if you got one or her. Alright, and then we have the Nine of Cups coming out to clarify the Eight of Wands. However, it is in the reverse. This communication was kind of gut-wrenching for you, and I'm sorry, Gemini, if this reading is resonating for you. This was something that you didn't want to hear. Like, I feel like you wished I wasn't this good at deductive reasoning, because then like, maybe this would have just gone right over my fucking head, and I could be, like, a little bit, like, ignorant. But at the same time, there's an appreciation for knowledge and the truth of the matter. And even if it's difficult, if it contributes to you being able to find the path that you actually do want to be on, I feel like there's an ability that's growing within you to acknowledge that that's what you want to be doing, because that's what gets you to this blessing, right? You know that if you focus on the negative thoughts, it can impact what you actually bring into your energy or your life. And by having greater clarity, you can be more effective at identifying what needs to be trimmed from the life, right? What is happening that I can control that is not in my best interest? We have the World in the reverse. This is a message from Spirit about the kind of incognito mode you're using right now. I don't really feel like a lot of you were the type to post what you ate for breakfast, dinner, and happy hour every day on Facebook, but I do feel like there's something here about a shift to talking to fewer people or letting fewer people in, being more discerning about your energy, right? That's not going to end. Don't let it end. That is going to help you stay sane. You're fighting right now to reclaim your own stability, your own self-love. And once you have that, I don't want you to give that up for anybody. That's yours. You worked fucking hard for it. You hold on to that. Four of Pentacles, that's about holding on to something. You're going to hold on to what you've learned in this situation so that you can avoid having to learn the same lesson again. And a lot of that comes back to, what do I share and with whom do I share it? So I feel like there was somebody here who got jealous of you and what you had. This could be a relationship. This could be your actual home or residence. This could be just your ability to find a job, whatever it is. There's somebody here who wanted you to feel rejected. And now you know it. You've seen it. This is the 10 of Cups and 4 of Cups, by the way. This person could be a water sign, but I feel like more specifically we're talking about a situation where your emotions were not considered by other individuals. But there's also a message here from Spirit that even though you've gone through this difficult situation with people that you held close to you, you are being asked to still trust in your intuition and keep your heart chakra open and not discount everything that comes your way because you've run into a few bad apples, if you will. This 4 of Cups is showing you that there is going to be an offer or a blessing from whatever you believe in, the universe, the Most High, whatever you want to call it. But there is something good coming your way because you have deserved better treatment than what you've gotten here. And the universe doesn't want you to dismiss it because you think everything is rotten. It's just Johnny. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying the 9 of Cups in the reverse. This lesson was a difficult one, and you had to lose something that you held very close to you. But again, this was part of the plan. There's been a wait for you. You've maybe felt like you haven't gotten back what you've put out there in terms of, hey, I've been a good person. Why do I continue to get shat on by people who, like, I've been good to them? There's something here about you learning a lot of lessons to be prepared for the blessing that's coming in. Because if you had received this blessing prematurely, you may have shared it with the wrong individuals. You now understand the true nature of people. Depressing though it may be, you're better at picking out which ones are actually loyal, which ones are actually honest, and that will serve you well once you have this blessing, right? If you have this, unexpected wealth or some great job, you don't want to squander it because somebody's jealous of you, right? So we have the Knight of Cups clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. This could be a love offer or a job offer or both. I'm being drawn to the wings on his shoe. Some of you may need to take a flight somewhere for this love or job offer, or move somewhere, because we already have this like cityscape, right? But I don't get the sense that that upsets you. It looks like this guy's smiling. And we have the Queen of Swords clarifying the World in the reverse. This is interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting is there's somebody here who has wanted to have a meaningful relationship and failed to find it. And part of why they needed to figure out who was fake around them is it led them to a feminine energy who's been through the same shit. I think this Knight of Cups is a secret admirer because he's like sneaking up behind her, like she's facing the other direction, and he's like, "Wanna go on a date?" And she's like, "What?" I'm just kidding. The Queen of Swords doesn't really scare very easy. She'd just be like, "Who the fuck are you and how'd you get in here?" Oh my god, stop. Hidden energy, 7 of Swords. Someone's being really fucking sneaky here, Gemini. But like, why do I feel like it's... Alright, we're going to have to clarify a little bit. I don't feel like it's sneaky because they want to take advantage of this Queen of Swords. Oh, this is hidden energy. If you're new to my channel, by the way, hidden energy is when it flips over but doesn't fall out. I consider that something that is likely unseen to the viewer. So I feel like I'm reading for this Queen of Swords and she doesn't know that there's somebody who wants to approach her that she wouldn't really expect. Or would she? Yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting things going on here. I have to admit, Gemini, I'm a little curious. So we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. The number 2 could be important, or you may have been seeing like 222 quite often recently. But this is telling me that somebody is no longer feeling stagnant or stuck. They feel, again, we were talking about clarity, right? Somebody has the information that they need, but I feel like they're lacking in like courage or boldness. Hidden energy of the Five of Swords. I feel like there's a competition going on. I feel like somebody has an unfair advantage in the pursuit of this Queen of Swords. And they're making the most of it. There are people who are like upset. Like, you see this guy in the background? Poor dude's like crying in his hands. Oh, I think that was hidden energy. So you don't maybe realize, if you're the Queen of Swords here, that there are a few folk that are trying to figure out if they can make you an offer and if you'd accept it, because you're like wifey material. There's something here about your belief system being different from others. This doesn't have to be like a religious situation, although it very well could be, because the Hierophant can at times even represent God. So I feel like there's something here about how you interact with or view religion. For some, you could be like a student of religion or a professor of religion, whatever it might be. But there's something here where people look up to this Queen of Swords. Alright, let's get some additional clarification here. We'll use the Bianco Nero deck. Sorry, that took a second there. Sometimes they're not very loud in terms of this one, this one. Alright, what else do we have for Gemini, please? We have the Lovers in the reverse, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. I just heard someone took too long. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. Someone took too long and left the door open. This Queen of Swords has been single or unattached for long enough for this Knight of Pentacles to have made an offer, but he hasn't. So I feel like there's someone who refused to make a decision or make a move, and that has given somebody else the courage or the boldness to step forward. We have the High Priestess in the reverse because this is secret. This hasn't come out yet. And this is after we had the Moon in the reverse. This is a big secret. going to cause some drama. I feel like there are 3 admirers for this Queen of Swords who actually have the chutzpah to potentially say something. One who has had considerably longer to do something about it and hasn't, and 2 that are more recent connections that don't have that hesitancy. One of those, I believe, is connected to this Knight of Pentacles. Could be friends, or they work together or something like that. But I feel like this Queen of Swords knows who she's supposed to be with. If she's a High Priestess, then there's a pretty good chance that she's already kind of figured this out. At the same time, there's something here about like a game day decision. Like, I know what I know, but I want to see how you play your hand. Like, I know I could beat you in this game of euchre, but let's see how you do. Which, fun fact, euchre is like one of my favorite games ever, and I never get to play it. Alright, because like no one plays it over here. Weird. We have the Hierophant clarifying the Hierophant. This is a decision about a relationship. And this decision regarding who this Queen of Swords would be interested in really does depend quite heavily upon the character of the person who's making an offer. This is somebody who is very intelligent, and they're going to be able to discern whether or not somebody has a similar perspective on the world. You know, is this somebody who's going to act with the same kind of morals or standards that I have? Is this going to be a relationship that strengthens me or makes me feel less like myself? Interesting. Okay, so actually, let's do just a couple more from you. I'll switch it in. If this is resonating for you, go ahead and give me a like or a subscribe, please. So we do have the 3 of Swords coming out to clarify the Lovers in the reverse. This Knight of Pentacles, whoever has not spoken up, they have felt heartbreak or heartache as a result. They didn't anticipate that they would. They thought they could just walk away and it wouldn't matter. And the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and this could be because they were distracted by more materialistic pursuits. I feel like one of these other admirers, though, is decidedly different in that category. Not showy. We have the Magician coming out to clarify the Tower. This Queen of Swords, she's the one who makes the decision at the end of the day. And I feel like she may have manifested like a divine soulmate kind of situation. Like, this could literally be a situation where the Queen of Swords is choosing between like a twin flame and a divine soulmate or something like that. Ugh. Hold on. Let me take a shot before I make that choice, okay? Seven of Wands, clarifying Judgment. This Queen of Swords is absolutely feeling defensive at this point. There have been perhaps already a few offers made. I just heard lobbed over the fence. I don't know what this Queen of Swords does to like intimidate people. But I feel like there have been a couple of people who are like, I like you. Like, don't hurt me. If you resonate with the Queen of Swords, remember it's a good idea to try to balance that out with the little Queen of Cups energy. We don't want to be putting out negative energy just because we've been hurt. It's absolutely a good thing to be intelligent, discerning, and have boundaries that you maintain, but it's also important to remember that we are here to connect with others, and we've got to do that with a bit of a soft touch sometimes. So we have the Four of Swords coming out. This Queen of Swords is only interested in a relationship with somebody who can demonstrate that they have healed from their past trauma and that they are not, for example, codependent or dependent on anything, really. Are you independent? Cool. Let's do the thing. It's like a one-question test, and then you pass. I hope you enjoyed the reading, Gemini, and thank you, of course, for all the support. Have a wonderful rest of your day.